だった
つもりだった
まだ足りない大事なたリスペクト感じたままでいい歩き出して
少しずつ形にして
さあ行くよ調子はどうだラップ排除した響く頂点を揺るがぬ思い重ね合わせて
襲うプレッシャーと壁を押し抜け光追いかけた届かないような未来だって何度でも手を伸ばそう憧ればかりじゃ終われないから悔しい気持ち忘れないで前を向いたら奇跡のなりがえ鮮やかスカイを描いていくんだ しで閉ざされた瞳から雫はこぼれ落ちてゆく。何千回私が生まれ変わったとしてもきっともう二度と私にはなれやしないから。本当の私を偽りのないこの色を歌声に乗せてモノクロの世界を彩るよ。プロジェクト世界カラフルステージフィーチャリング初音ミクブランニューニュアワールド。
事勘弁にしといてなんてさに人様願うかけらのあのに誰もが願う無機質なような一足先に始めてたような先が見えないバージンハッピーショーないのあなたにお願い一つあれも変わらずおまけにワニワニないのあなたにお願い一つ張り詰めた思い込めレサイライサイ歯をむき出してパッパッパってれくさいねレサイライサイ歯を突き出してパッパッパYou are king You are king期待のダリンダリン手投げに笑う痛い手の切れる無様に死ねる苦い思いもなくなってラララボまたたキラキラのさげないけど毎度あなたにお願い一つ愛も変わらずピカプのワニワニないのあなたにお願い一つ張り詰めた思い込めレサイライサイ歯をむき出してパッパッパ邪魔くさいねレサイライサイ歯を突き出してパッパッパ You are king You are king You are king
上にの波は寄せてわか 開いたカート目
遠い誰かが私を照らしてる
まだやな年をなんて踏切は今日も泣いてた
そんな気がした
レコードから上の星をそのまま描いた幸せな生活も飽きも癖の匂いも私のこのままもう一個さよなら
この本はここだな。さて次は
今日のステージ一緒に出ようよ。
This place is packed already!
Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our hero. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who...
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than a...
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Hey, look! Is it about to...
That's right. Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. Let's go somewhere higher up, so could...
Warriors of Natlan! We are the inheritors, those who grew along, those who fought. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation!
I could not find Kachina with...
What?
What it...
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to...
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you...
pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced.
Maybe you did. But who's to say whether that little girl even could... Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to...
Calm down, Mulan. There's no point arguing.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually...
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation...
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed. Maybe the YUB interpret victory in different ways.
I mean, that girl didn't look...
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not like her at all!
No. She's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on. We don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or...
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then...
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory. Or however, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided...
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon. If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly.
No,
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question!
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. I know you said you were investigating this...
I've already shared everything I know. So,
Of course I'll join.
in that case, come see me in this...
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the track. Once again, I apologize for the—
Did she just...
I believe she did. Let's go.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina, there's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing. Until we find and address the cause of the—
And that means Kachina won't be...
That's correct. Not until the—
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends?
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life, believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could, but please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe—
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The Foundation. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will—
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear that the raw truth can be cruel.
But what would you say, Mualani?
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the—
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart.
And that is the crux of the problem. Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Believe, once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite, and their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the Sacred Flame. I understand your anger, Mualani.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden War.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and with fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
So, essentially, the Abyss has taken Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. Your sense of self will be devoured, until eventually you become one with the sea of souls. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is
Just like you said, Archon. But you can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is—
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that
I failed to protect her during our campaign. But I can—
Traveler? What do you...
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can. The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the lake. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position with— Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night—
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of soul?
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a— However, Know that the Night Kingdom will attempt.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss.
So, Paimon's the only one.
See, Lolly of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact. That it was originally used as a ceremonial artifact.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. Besides, you're the ones. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation. I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping.
What?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, you know, in the...
That's more like it. After all, perhaps even more than you can imagine. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against it. Embodies fond memories and my strength of will.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs. But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the gradual corrosion caused by the as things stand. The pilgrimage is a loss. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan. And Kachina...
We can't let the General...
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction... But if I said nothing at all, they would have
Another simple choice.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the Let's go. There's still a way for the sick.
You mean...
Yes. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike, so until our heroes are ready.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the...
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyab have already embarked on their destiny. All we can do is
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice...
If not me, then who? No, I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Yeah.
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again, and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed, the power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Night Wind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. When we exchanged final blows, I sent Kanich. Go to the Masters of the Night Wind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
Of course, I'll head out right now.
Yes. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Is everything okay, Archon?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Let's go, Twirly!
Chaska?
Nice to see you again, Wyna. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get...
Whoa, hold on a second.
My friend Kachina is trapped within...
Rescue her? From the night?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't. The nature of battle is unpredictable.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wyna. But if...
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna? This doesn't seem like you. Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your...
It's nothing. The night, if you're that determined, Far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back.
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her, but let's get back to business. Moina, how do we use...
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river, but the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves?
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works...
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition.
Bichama? Why does that name...
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the...
Thank you.
Good luck.
Let's play! Someone admiring the scenery from the... Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay?
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the...
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone?
Yes, but I'd rather not get it.
That's not a problem.
Yeah. Since you're help...
Then we're agreed. I see. From what I can tell, once the connection is established, the Abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood.
Wow, you got all that just...
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries...
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real...
By creating something tangible in our...
Oh, I see.
Right. I need one... No, normally you can only get obsidian from the chill...
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's me... Oh, and you...
What do you think, Chaska?
I appreciate it. Anyway, It'll take some time to set everything up.
What an odd guy. He seemed so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Pun. Hang on, Kachina. Hello.
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much?
Oh, the whole
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These... All right.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk.
Perfect. Is that the only one?
That might be tough.
Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama, Kachina always carries all sorts...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady.
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here. Here you go. By the way, how's he doing? Malco's been gone.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one. Malco was an amazing fighter. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a book. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing... Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself. Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame... I've tried convincing him to move forward. To stop, the Abyss has caused so... Anyway,
Here we go! Wouldn't gliding be right here?
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the As agreed, I'll help you find... Go ahead. After Malco, if I had been there, I've always...
But that the pyro
There might... All right. Let's get to it. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will...
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
A walk would be nice.
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone! Calm down. Let's play. A proper send-off. I'm coming at ya. Ah. Coming at ya. Tap. Here we go. Think you can get away? Hey there!
This is order. Gather!
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long! We're getting close!
Vichama!
Quick! Take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power...
The Abyss is corroding his body.
I should have died 5 years. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
This power...
Hanging in there?
Malco. No! Why can't I...
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the...
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold.
In that case, we have... Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? You little...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you?
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poop.
Okay.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in... Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. And now...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama?
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco.
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents... Pisak! Always had to be... Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our... Vichama. I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just... keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life,
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, when you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name, but I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to... That's something I had to learn in hindsight.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more... I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep...
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to her, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
That does make me feel better.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient names. And apologize for destroying the spirit
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that?
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wina.
Honestly, it's just one thing after... They're back.
Koichi?
Don't play dumb with your... My apologies, everyone.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually... It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. That strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her.
For some reason, Paimon...
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her.
Ah, I remember those days. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't
That's partly my fault. Koichi...
Oh, I get it. No wonder you...
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young. Because by the time you're my age... Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't...
Well, technically I am going...
Again with the excuse... We agreed, didn't we? But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not...
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking...
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you?
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could...
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen!
This is important. If you were in my shoes...
You don't know that! I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something!
All right, whatever. Anything else?
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you...
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control,
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display quality.
I've also told you that managing your...
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi!
So, you're really going to go...
Then support me. I'll be...
Chaska... So, that's it.
You two...
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get...
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact. So
about...
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient...
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? Wait,
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of...
That's why it has to be our little secret. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation. Still, all you need...
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. You're incredible.
Archon, I'm sorry about before.
You have nothing to be sorry about. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Whoa. I've never seen...
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some prep. If you're curious about an item, I'm more.
Alright, we'll have a look. Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and the associate. And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on,
Sounds like...
So the owner of the... He would often wear this version when...
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all... There are so many jars and potions.
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. Their ceremonial Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. The tools you see here, the contents of the jars, aren't all that...
Ooh, must be something really cool.
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired. The powder still needs some time to settle. So, well, what do you think of my collection?
Yeah! If each item represents... Does every item hold a spec...
That's right. The items in my... They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape...
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot... But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the...
At once?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each night... Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way, take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar.
That does kinda...
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often while the Pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only... That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the divine throne, namely a framework through which ordinary people can ascend. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes, that's my mother, father, younger sister, and I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before.
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's math works faster than her brain sometimes!
It's alright. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of becoming the Archon. Doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of My father made the most delicious stew. One time, we didn't close the door securely. My sister immediately burst into tears. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children.
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister...
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, ancient name, take us to your fated bearer.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things in my...
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. I was waiting for the Y-Up to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and the Y-Up saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a... The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back. You don't have to...
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you, you're a victor of the Night Warden Wars. A hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait.
I'm really scared still. I don't want you to put your...
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close, we can't...
Be careful. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to... This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very... That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into...
No, I just...
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the... Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really...
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able... Ian-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
You want me on your team?
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization. Humans only established their own society after the fall of...
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had...
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so these ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the
So what you're saying is... we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle...
Why are you all laughing like that?
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in!
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go! We won't let anything stand in our way!
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels... Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Everybody stand back!
Stabilize!
Attack! Coming at ya! Hey there!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Let's light it up! Coming at ya!
I swear, it's for medical research. Floaty floaty!
Stabilize!
A proper send-off! Teamwork is dreamwork! Coming at ya! Hey there!
Let's light it up!
Order guide you.
Watch out! Ha-ha! Everybody stand back! Attack! That's the way. Watch out!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the night.
It looks so different.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the...
That's it? You really think that little of Paimon?
So that means all we need to do is find
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate.
Yeah, these floating
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the piece. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the spirits but we had to destroy it.
Of course. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our... Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
whether in triumph or death.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for... You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corrupted.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! You can't go wandering. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Coming at ya! Coming at ya!
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was...
Don't scare Paimon like this!
I heard it too.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
We're here, Kachina! Oh, honey? You made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of...
Good idea. Let's go!
Gather!
Girga!
I will have order!
A proper send-off! Hey there! Watch out! You're here! You're finally here! Thank you so much! That monster can appear from anywhere! The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so...
Had a girl. You did...
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I can't exactly put it into...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their but if a proxy were to become severely...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Still, we can't just leave the Wyab...
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here.
No, I'm fine. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But that's because we want... You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you...
All right. The sooner we get this...
We've already come all this way. So we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, So go. Achieve your goal, and return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering. Alright, get ready, everyone! Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place!
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed—
He would have dispersed with or without me. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me. No, the power of the Abyss is— I thought this naive little girl was an exception. That is the tragedy of your ancient names. Pride. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remains—
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from the power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
From the ashes to the flames of redemption.
Oh! Right here!
Check this out! Amazing!
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so... I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable. Huh? My ancient name is glowing.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain...
Wait, does that mean...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off, everything you it took years worth of the Pyro Archon's plan. Only then will... Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs.
I've heard that name before.
Since you were able to awaken my word, under the name Umoja, you shall unite the...
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your... its blaze will become one with our vision. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong, Mualani? So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's... Okay, that should be enough. Why up? Why up? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never...
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happened.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my... Your ancient name is just that. Focus on who you want to be. You, the story of your ancient name is for you.
Thank you, Wayab.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards complete... Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wayab, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back! The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just...
So you're saying her
Every great display of power.
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium.
I recommend getting a full checkup.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem...
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about...
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for now. I have to say, though, I've never...
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power. Wait.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has...
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable...
Mulani told us a little bit about...
500 years ago. All but unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. Even then, it took centuries of solving the and still, this is but a superficial victory. The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that but at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our civilization was dying. Our faith if we didn't bring the nation back together. So, the Archon had a...
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange... Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human! It's impossible—
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to— A god can extend a human's life by using a certain but, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. A human life is like a flame, only by dying before my time could I—
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war, the goal was to reunite the people. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old.
So that means I'm one of—
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the—
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyatt were going—
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. If we want to unblock that information from being passed— So, I've tried my best to help them. Currently, Shalonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been— That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about—
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny, just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes—
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes—
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder— I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought—
Huh? Oh, right! All this—
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here—
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even— Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire. On their own, each item's power is limited. But by burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to— It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was
But weren't they all precious treasures?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the— Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or if they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan—
Even when you put it that way, I still—
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. If you still have regrets, let them— Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night War. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll—
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing—
Try not to let it get to you. All right. You should head out.
When I was young, I used to say, they attract people from all walks of life. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the... So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy. My rage. But you came to me because you knew you... I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make. And we will do everything we can to rebuild the trust, even across time. We will...
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be...
I imagine he didn't know what to say. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy.
War forged...
Who will be the one?
We are those who grew along, those who forged our own That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information.
That's good. That's all I needed.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty
Maybe it seemed unreasonable. Her impulse to fight is extremely...
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to...
What? Do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never... I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Well done. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to...
I had no choice. My friend...
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get...
I wasn't, I swear. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one...
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of...
It's amazing that you still made...
So, what about...
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late.
Serves you.
All right. There's no need to be like that, Uncle. Dear friends, firstly, I'm grateful to this traveler and her companion Paimon. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the traveler and Paimon. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel being a hero, Kachina? To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so...
Well, you better get used to it. Next up,
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
You're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun, because I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything
I suppose, but even if the future ends in this is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further. Your resistance to the if you agree to join us.
Ancient names can...
They can. Several strict conditions must be met. Possessing the Ode of Resurrection may have temporary... Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. We've never forged an ancient...
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost, although your injury complicates.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. You don't have much time, and...
I'm beginning to see just how useful you...
Something else you'd like to ask?
I really want to go traveling. I
don't mind where we go, as long as I have my friends with me.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Good things come to those who say anyway.